Alright boys, how's it going? So I thought I'd try something a little different today. Today we're going to be playing a game called Among Trees. Now for those of you who don't know, Among Trees is a survival game, where you get resources, get food, build up your house, just the usual, survival stuff. Now, this is a game I've been waiting for a really long time, actually. It just went into early access like 2 days ago at the time recording this. And even before it was announced, I've been following the artist, Michael Gustafson, I think. I don't know. His name's right there on Twitter for a long time, and dude, his artwork is it's just so good. So you can imagine that when I realized that his art style was basically being turned into a game, my initial reaction was something like, Yes! Come to Papa! Now, alright, look, I know this isn't animation related, but I just wanted to try something new, so I thought I'd just do a little playthrough of it, or at least just one video just to see how things go. But hey, let me know in the comments if this is actually something that you want to see more of, or if you're just here for the fancy cartoons. I don't know. But hey, if you do end up enjoying the video, I got a whole list of games that I'd love to play in here, so let me know. It's up to you. But anyway, I've been talking for way too long, so let's get into the video. Now, we're gonna be doing a bit of a Luke the Notable style video here, mainly because in the original recording I had my mic muted for most of it and only found out after I was done recording. Wait, was my mic actually muted that whole time? Are you freaking kidding me, dude? Oh my god. Now, because I want only the most thrilling experience, we will be playing this on the standard game mode on hard difficulty. Why hard? Well, that's because I enjoy pain. So we begin our journey waking up on a beautiful sunny morning. I look around for a bit just to take in the view. Isn't she beautiful? Now, before this run, I did play a bit of this game beforehand just to get a little bit of a sense of, what I'm doing, so I'm not just going in completely blind. So I already knew that the first thing I had to do was fix up this house. So I gathered up a few resources, and just like that, I was able to fix up this rundown house. Build it. We have unlocked cooking room, crafting room, and a storage attic. Now in my test run, I noticed that probably the biggest issue I had was starving to death. So I decided the first addition to my house would be the cooking room. More importantly, because I'm playing on hard, which means my hunger goes down significantly faster than it would otherwise. But with that, I set off to get the resources I needed in order to build the cooking room. But not before I found this blueprint for a pick lock, which will definitely come in handy later. During this time, I was seriously considering making the crafting room first, because it would then make it significantly easier to get the materials to make the cooking room next, because I'd then have better tools. However, my risk of starving to death goes up a lot. But I was too tired to deal with this difficult decision right now, so I decided to just run back home and deal with this issue in the morning. The bright sunny morning of day 2, well rested and now in the perfect state of mind to deal with tough decisions. It took a lot of contemplating, but in the end, I decided to go with the cooking room first, as I much rathered the idea of not starving to death than making the game easier for myself. While I was still trying to find these last 2 bolts, I was getting a bit hungry, so I went looking for these button mushrooms. They don't taste very good, but at least I can eat them raw, unlike the other food in my inventory. But hey, as long as we get our cooking room, we won't ever have to worry about starving again. Right? While I was gathering some more food, I came across this dotty mushroom boy, which has a 25% chance of poisoning me. My inventory was getting pretty full at this point and wanted to make sure I had enough food on me in case I didn't make the cooking room in time. So I decided to eat the dotty boy to make room. It's only a 25% chance. I'm feeling lucky. Oh, guess not. Now I'm feeling incredibly sick and I'm probably gonna die. So after realizing the poison probably wasn't gonna wear off, I paced back and forth wishing I had some type of medkit or something, while also regretting every single life decision I've ever made. I'm not even sure if a medkit would make the effect go away, but after a while, I pretty much knew there was nothing I could do, so I just stood there like a man and accepted my defeat. A little bit of death isn't gonna stop me, but the sunset is, so I decided to continue my search for resources in the morning. Now, since I died, I had the option to either exit to the main menu or load back up from the last time I saved. Now, because the last time I saved was at the end of day 1, we basically got to relive day 2 all over again. Oh look, another dotty boy. Yeah, I'm definitely not picking you up, not after what happened last time. But it's okay though, because I found another outpost that had a bunch of resources at it, and after a bunch of gathering up food and the final resources I needed, at long last I was finally able to build the cooking room and make my very first piping hot meal. And as you can tell by past me, I was very excited about this.
We made food!
Well, now that that's done, I can finally get working on this crafting room. I only need a few more resources for it, but once it's made, we'll be able to make a lot more items and get resources much easier. I swear, I can never go outside without taking a second to appreciate this gorgeous view. Like, man, I'll never get over how absolutely stunning this game is. But anyway, after collecting some stump moss and some fir planks, I had enough resources to make the crafting room. I was starting to head back home when I came across these larch trees, which just so happened to contain a blueprint for a pickaxe. Very cool. I wanted to make sure I didn't venture out too far before it got dark. On top of the many things I need to keep track of in this game in order to not die, freezing to death in the cold of night is thankfully one of them. Oh, and making sure my stamina doesn't get too low. Well, the sun's getting real low, so it's time for me to head back home. Crouch to stay hidden from dangerous animals. The what? I know it's hard to see, but about 70 feet ahead of me is a 30-foot bear, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not want any part of it. Look, call me what you want. You weren't the one who already had a very unpleasant experience with these monstrous creatures in your test run. No. Beer ball! It's usually around these parts of the game where my anxiety rises to levels I never thought possible. The blistering cold is eerily upon me, I'm very close to starving, and my stamina just can't seem to get it up. But eventually, I did just narrowly manage to make it back to my home in one piece, where I was then finally able to make the crafting room. From there, I made myself an axe along with a lockpick. These two items alone will make getting resources a lot easier, but after a long day of exploring and crafting, I felt it was finally time to get some shut-eye. I set out on day 3 with a simple task of gathering the resources needed to make a pickaxe, as I have a greater dream in life of one day being able to make a greenhouse. And in order to do that, I'm gonna need some limestone. Might as well take a medkit or two with me, you never know what could happen. During my journey, I happened upon this spooky looking cave that also had a watering can blueprint in it. While I was out, I realized I didn't have any food on me, and so the panic sets in. I ran back home with a single beet I found hungry enough to eat a horse. Nothing like coming home to a nice home cooked meal. After the scare, I decided I'd spend the rest of the day gathering food, as I've kind of been neglecting it a bit. It's important. While I was out, I managed to get enough berries in order to make a map. I don't know why I needed berries to make a map, but whatever. Oh, and I also made a compass, which I'll never use. On day 4, I set out on a quest to make a pickaxe. In order to do that, I was unfortunately gonna have to smack a bee nest to relieve it of its beeswax. Man, I could really go for a blueprint right about now. I'm thinking a tent, maybe? The tree gods have answered my prayers. I could have sworn there was a bear at this outpost. Guess not. After some exploring, I finally found that pesky bee nest. I'm sorry, Mother Nature. Please forgive me for what I'm about to do. Ow, ow, ow! Well, after getting the beeswax and crying in the river for 2 hours, I came back home and crafted together this pickaxe. Remember, this is all in the grand scheme of making a greenhouse, so next thing I'm gonna need is some glue. And in order to get that, I'm gonna need some limestone, along with some other stuff. Day 5 rolls around and we made it back to the cave. Got the limestone, and now for the other 2 ingredients I need, which is some more larch resin and yellow ash leaves. Made it back to the larch forest and started chopping away at these trees on day 6. Picked up a few ash leaves while I was at it. I was minding my own business until this deer decided to just show up out of nowhere and give me a heart attack. Get back here, you. I'm not done with you yet. Oh, guess I am. Very upset at the loss of my prey. I decided I'd pick a few more ash leaves to relieve my sorrows. Anyway, we finally got the glue. Last thing we need is 3 metal plates, which we're gonna need some steel pipes for. Shoot, I'm 1 short. I'll get it tomorrow. My heart needs a rest. Come here, you. There we go. Now we have everything we need in order to make this greenhouse on day 7, except the fir planks. That was the last thing. But that's easy enough to get. It'll only take but a minute. And at long last, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, we finally collected all the resources and materials we need for the greenhouse. And just like that, it is complete. I was so excited to start gardening that I already planted some beets before I even had a watering can. Oh, but don't worry, the regret comes later. But with that being said, let's go get that watering can. My crops will totally still be alive by the time I get back. Right? So I made some food and set out to make this can. Oh no, a storm! This must be Mother Nature punishing me for what I did. I knew I should never have destroyed that bee nest. Oh well, hopefully she'll forget by tomorrow. Heading back out on day 8 to get the bolts, nails, and stump moss we need for the watering can. Didn't find many bolts, but fortunately I can turn the absurd amount of steel pipes I found into them. And just like that, we got a watering can, boys. Just in time to water our crops?
How did they die already?
But it's fine. I had some extra seeds in storage, so I was able to replace the dead ones. But it'll never be able to replace the pain I feel in my heart. Drink up, little ones. You gotta make sure you grow up to be nice and healthy. It was around this point that the single storage box I had was starting to get pretty full, so I decided it was time to make the next big addition to my house, the storage room. I already had most of the materials I needed to make it, so all I had to do was just chop down a few more trees. And bam, storage room made. Didn't even break a sweat. One thing I wish I did know how to make was some darn lighting. I mean, candles, torches, anything. Cause God, I can barely see myself think. Don't you die on me yet, boys. You still have a purpose in this life of getting in my belly. On day 9, I thought the house felt a bit empty, so I thought I'd spruce the place up a bit by adding some decoration. I didn't have too many of the resources I needed, so I just made one for now. This owl sculpture looked real nice, so I went with that one. I decided to put him right by my bedside. That way, he'll keep me company all night. And despite the fact that we don't have any lights, I feel like he really brightens the place up, don't you? I think I'll name him Marvin. This place is really coming together now. Oh look, I'm hungry. Guess I better eat some food and replenish my... Oh, no worries. I'm sure there's food in my storage box. Okay, change of plans. We gotta drop everything we're doing and get some food before we starve to death. It's okay. No need to panic. Just find a mushroom or two to hold you over. You'll be fine. All you need is one, then you can look for the rest. Just as long as you don't let your stamina hit red, you...
I'm in danger.
Okay, now we can panic. I gotta find a mushroom or else I'm gonna rip in peace. Come on. There's gotta be one around here somewhere. Oh, thank goodness. I thought we were done for a second there. We're still definitely gonna need more than just one mushroom, but at least we're not mere seconds away from death anymore. Needless to say, I spent a good bit of the rest of that day gathering up as much food as I could carry. We're not gonna let that happen again. Now, it wouldn't annoy me to say that if I didn't already say that once before.
Oh my god, we're never letting that happen again.
And yet, I let it happen again. Anyway, shoving the lot of you in the oven. While that's cooking, might as well take a second to water our crops. Can't let these boys die on us, especially now that they're almost ready for harvest. Man, food really do be hitting different when you're on the brink of death. Nighttime already? Man, I was just about to go out exploring. Oh well, good night, Marvin. I'll see you in the morning. The sun rose on day 10, and I had one single goal for our last day, to simply explore and see what new things we could find. While I was out, I found these giant rocks, and the inner child in me just couldn't help but climb them. Gorgeously breathtaking view, anyone? Now, I don't know what it is, but something's telling me I'm probably not supposed to be over here. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Oh god, am I stuck? Yep, I'm stuck. Mom, help, I can't get down. Well, looks like we really got ourselves in a pickle this time, boys. Tell Marvin I love him, and I'm sorry I always hog the blankets. Oh, phew. False alarm, boys. We made it out. While I'm aware I'm probably not supposed to be up here, you gotta admit, it looks pretty cool. After a bunch of searching around, I finally managed to find a way down. Now, I'm mainly searching around this area because on my map, it pointed out that there was limestone nearby where I was, meaning there must have been a cave somewhere nearby too. And if we know anything about caves, it's that they're bone-chillingly creepy, but also they have good loot in them. Still looking for this cave entrance, but oh look, another outpost. That's gotta be a Oh. Hey, buddy. Not sure if I'm mentally ready to deal with this Goliath yet or not, but it's okay. Because I literally just turned around and there was a cave entrance right there. And look, we got a fishing rod blueprint. At this point, it started getting pretty late, so guess it's time to start heading back home. At least, that's what I would do. Only problem is, there's a 30-foot bear blocking our path. Anyway, I decided to go back around the other way so that the bear would end up on my left. But when I made my way back around the mountain, the outpost was gone, and so was the bear. Or maybe it never existed in the first place. Oh wait, never mind. He's right there. Well, whatever he's guarding, it's gonna have to wait for another day, because the sun's going down, and I could use the rest. Oh god, he's looking at me. Alright, bear, you win this round, and all the other ones. But mark my words, one of these days, your loot will be mine. But on the bright side, I actually already had everything I needed to make the fishing rod. Guess next time I'll actually learn how to use it. Hey Marvin, look what I got. I know, it's okay to be jealous. Might as well check on our greenhouse while we're at it. And at last, my turnips are finally ready for harvest. They grow up so fast. And now to plant the next generation of turnips. Once these are done, they'll tell stories of their great turnip ancestors before them, and how delicious they were when cooked in a stew. Well, it's been a long day. Time for me to get some sleep. Good night, Marvin. Sweet dreams. And with that, this brings us to the end of our journey in Among Trees, for now at least. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video and if you want to potentially see more video game related content. Obviously, in addition to the animation stuff that I'm still going to be making. But I did have a lot of fun making this video. It felt nice to try something new and different for once, and I don't know, I feel like it could add a nice variety to the channel. But again, let me know. It's up to you. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.